Hello, I'm Sally, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Sally Wright. I'm going to make a batch of raisins. I've done this once before. These are just the cheap ones. I usually don't care for these. These have oil in them, but I'm going to try them. I prefer the, they smell good. It's a small batch. They're still tender. I'm going to have to use 2 packages. I was afraid of this. Or I could just do this many. But I'm going to use 2 packages. Maybe a package and a half. No, I'll use 2. There's my raisins. I'm still having issues. And this is 1 teaspoon ground ginger. Now, that's a 1/4 teaspoon. I could use that 4 times if I had to. I can never find what I need. That one's too big. There's 1/2 tablespoon. 1/2 teaspoon. I will use this twice. So, there's that. That's 1 teaspoon ground ginger and 1/4 cup spiced rum. This this is an older batch. It's lost a lot of its alcohol smell, so but I'm just going to use this. This is what I have. And I'm going to stir this around. And I may use a little more rum. Just a splash. Now, when I first made these, the first time I made these, I did it wrong. But I like it, so I just kept doing it just a little bit more. Now we do the shake, shake, shake. Or at least I do the shake, shake, shake. I don't guess that really matters. There. Now, I want to get my sourdough starter going again. I had neglected everything. We have had such a... Oh, that wasn't sealed. Whoops. We have had such trouble. Our water heater went out. So, until we got it fixed, I had to boil water to take a bath. It kind of sucks, but it is doable. And, you know, a lot of people don't like baths. Oh, you're sitting in your own dirty water. Well, yeah, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm not taking a cold shower, not in the dead of winter. Well, it wasn't the dead of winter, but it got cold. Then my husband had to um, uh, unhook the water heater or not, he had to unhook the ventilating heater to get to the water heater. And they had to work on the water heater. I had cold water, then my husband had to shut off the water, then I had no water, and it was very cold in here. And I'm like, I'm going to my sister's house. It's just cold. And so, yeah, we had quite the trouble, but we have warm water now, and I don't have to boil water to take a bath, thankfully. I've got nice warm water to start with from the water heater. Get it to a temperature I like. But anyway, 3 different times I boiled pots of water. I rinse out my tub and then boil 3 large pots of water and pour them into the tub with a stopper in, and then add hot water, I added cold water to it to get it warm. Wash my hair and face, and then just kind of dive in with the rest of me. It is what it is. It kind of sucks, but that's what I did. And so you can make it work, but it does suck. And it dropped below freezing outside. So the water coming into the house from the well was ice cold. Ice cold. I mean, this was beyond, oh, that's cold. That is freezing. So, so I just put everything on hold again. And, I want to start I don't know if I want to dig the one out of the fridge and see if it's salvageable, if I can salvage it, or if I just want to start a new one and make it, from the first flour and water in a bowl to a fresh loaf of sourdough bread. And it would take anywhere from 5 to 10 days, and since it's cold, it may take a little longer than that to actually get it going. And a lot of that depends on what I have nicknamed the 4-day flat. It's like after 4 days, it's like the composition of the sourdough starter changes, and that is going to make or break the sourdough starter. And I have actually added a pinch of yeast to it to see if I can get it going. Sometimes it'll bubble up beautifully and I refeed it, or it just stays flat. It's like, it's beyond hope. Screw it. I'm not doing it. And then I have to pour that out and start over. So, a lot of it just depends. So, and I'm seriously thinking of starting a diet. And I've got a lot of people rolling their eyes. Diets. Let's be honest. I need to lose 60 pounds and get my blood pressure down. I need to stop all the frivolous, high-carb, high-fat snacks, the fast food. It's just easy. And I've done the diets. I've done the weight loss journeys. I've done the lifestyle changes. I don't want to do it anymore. Food is everywhere. There's always something. There's always that family dinner, or there's that celebration. There's that big meal. There's that big barbecue. There's always something. Food is everywhere. And let's not judge each other. And I used to be really bad at it till I just realized, yeah, this sucks. going in the grocery store, checking all the labels. Well, this has this many calories, this many fat calories, this many grams of carbs, this much, this many sugars, which more or less is carbs, and uh, well, I'm going to put this down and I'm going to check this product. And then I got to realizing, this is what's available in the grocery store, and they're banking on somebody getting it. If I want a loaf of bread, I just pick up a loaf of bread. If I want a jar of peanut butter, I'll just pick up a jar of peanut butter. I'm so tired. I got so tired of checking all the labels, trying to compare. This is a better choice. This one has fewer carbs, but a few more fat calories. This one has fewer fat calories, but twice the sugars. Well, I mean, that's sarcasm. Well, not really sarcasm, but I mean, I am so tired. Or, well, I'm not now, but I was so tired of trying to compare, trying to find the better option. And, when a label features something all natural or organic, it's usually more expensive and in a smaller container. And people need to buy what's within their budget. This is a bigger container and it overall costs less. It's $1 more than this smaller container. And I've actually seen that. So I'm getting the bigger container because that's more bang for my buck. Especially these days, everything's gotten so high sky expensive. And I know it's worse in other places than it is here in this little pissant town of Missouri. So let's not judge each other for the things we have in our pantries, in our fridge, in our cabinets. Let's not judge each other. And let's realize, hey, maybe this person's on a budget. Maybe this person just didn't have as much to spend this month. So they're trying to get better deals. So let's not judge each other for that. For just trying to get by. And if you do the whole label checking thing, and if you do the carbs and calories, if you do the full-on keto or carnivore, that is your choice. That is your choice, and I do not want to poo-poo all over that. Because you're trying to make this work. You're trying to do this for yourself, and you're trying to live a better lifestyle. And I applaud you. Because I've tried to do it before, but there's just always something that diet goes straight out the window. That lifestyle, that journey, whatever you want to call it, goes straight out the window. And it's usually taking care of someone else. When my brother-in-law lived with us, he was so fussy and so picky about food. It's like, screw it, I'm not making supper. I'm going to McDonald's. I will make supper for him. And I will make what he says to make. And I will bring him his plate. But I'm not eating it. And he was supposed to be on a strict diet. He was supposed to watch his sodium, his fats, his carbs. He was supposed to be on a certain diet. So I had to understand that. But making his meals drove me crazy for some silly odd reason. And I probably should have been eating what I was fixing him. But I'm like, I can't do it. I cannot eat that. I can't do it. So And it was like a flip switched in my mind. It's like I'm just gonna swing by here and grab something. I'm not gonna eat what I fix him. And I probably should have been doing that all along, but just something clicked in my puny little brain that said I can't do this. So, yes, I gained all the weight back. My psoriasis came back with a vengeance. You have side effects. You start gaining weight and your health just goes downhill. You start getting problems breathing and your allergies creep back. Your body pays the price for this. It really does. Very few people can gain weight without the repercussions of other problems, and a lot of it is vitamin and mineral deficiencies, and having too many carbs in your system that your body doesn't absorb nutrients correctly. And I had quit taking my vitamins. I quit eating. Well, I'm not going to say eating right because everybody has their own definition of eating right. I quit eating well. You know, I quit eating well. I quit eating balanced because I don't know. I convinced myself it was too hard when it probably wasn't and probably shouldn't have been. But when you buy groceries for somebody and he demands to see the labels, oh, this has way too much sodium in it. You should have got this other brand. I bought what you told me to get. Well, I know, but I'm not there. I can't stand in the grocery store aisles and check the labels. You should be doing that for me. I'm like, oh, you're exhausting. You are exhausting. I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking. So I think when somebody else micromanages everything you buy and it's still not good enough, something clicks in your brain that says, I can't do this. And they're fighting for their life. You should be fighting for yours, but you just quit. So yes, I gained all the weight back, plus I gained probably within 3 months, I gained about 50 pounds within 3 months. Maybe more. But let's see, when was the last time I weighed? Last time I weighed was in the doctor's office. I weighed 211 pounds. So yeah, I'm fat. Let's be honest here. I'm on a very dangerous path if I don't straighten this out. My blood pressure and heart rate are through the roof. I have a heart condition. And, you know, I'm headed for a stroke or a heart attack. Probably both, who knows, if I don't get a grip. Psoriasis is off the charts. Nobody sees my legs. I have sores and scabs all up and down my legs. Nobody sees that. And they need air and light. And I don't even want to walk around in a t-shirt and pair of undies in my own home, let alone anywhere else. I don't want to wear shorts. And it's cold right now anyway, so I really don't want to wear shorts. But what I might do is I might start a diet and explain everything, you know, show you my meals and show you making my meals. Some people do that. I don't know what to do yet. I want something different, but I know I'm going to have to cut way back on carbs. I'm going to have to cut back on the snacks and the fast food. So, and I've got to start taking my vitamins again. And I don't I don't want a diet that promises 10 pounds in a week or 10 pounds in 3 days. I don't want a fad diet like that. That's usually what I start with. But if you lose the weight quickly, you gain it back quickly. And even slow and steady, you go off of it and you gain it back so quickly. No matter what you do, the body likes to gain weight. Unless you just have a really good metabolism, the body loves to gain weight. And yet it's just so easy to tank back on. So, well, enough of my ranting and whining and carrying on. These are my raisins. They're all nice and wet. I stirred them around. I'm going to put these in the refrigerator overnight. Start taking like a little handful of them tomorrow. And you have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you later.